I found this 3-drawer painted nightstand for $13 in the thrift store recently. Based on a simple Google search, I think I already know the wood species hiding under this red paint, and if so, I want to try something completely different for this project. The only reason I purchased this small piece was the name on the inside. The name Ethan Allen often represents quality through craftsmanship, premium materials, customization, and long-term durability. These pieces are often passed down through generations as cherished family heirlooms. Unfortunately, there were a few original drawer pulls missing, and there are several signs that this is not a vintage piece, but the quality is exceptional, perhaps better made than even some of the mid-century pieces I've worked on in the past. So if transformed carefully back into something usable, this could last for several more generations. Although highly unlikely with this nightstand, testing for lead in the paint is always a good idea. This Clean Strip Premium Stripper is still the best paint remover I have found available in my area. I'll spread this around evenly with a disposable chip brush and let it sit for about 30 minutes. You could let the paint remover sit overnight and cover it with plastic wrap to slow down evaporation, but I often choose not to. In this case, I began scraping a little too soon, and eventually had to add a little more product. I find this method to be a little less wasteful. Although the discovery of this wood species is perhaps less desirable than traditional hardwoods, this furniture was still well made from solid wood. I'll wipe off the remainder of the paint stripper with shop rags, then I'll use number 2 steel wool with this afterwash product by Clean Strip. This should help clean the piece in preparation for sanding. Some of you may already know, but this is solid pine, and it's an apothecary-style nightstand made by Ethan Allen. I did find originals listed online, but was unable to determine when these were made. I did, however, soon discover what I think might be a clue. And if it is in fact accurate, can you guess the year before I reveal it? I'm not sure how the serial numbers worked for Ethan Allen furniture, but while I was working on this and made this discovery, I wondered if this was perhaps manufactured October 1st of 1989. I could be completely wrong. Using this hydraulic cart allows me to work comfortably while standing, and I prefer to work on the front section of this piece with it upright to avoid all this product falling on the inside. I did, however, almost lose this piece in the process. I'm excited to sand this piece because it's solid pine and I can use the power sander. I'm also looking forward to seeing the natural colors and wood grain patterns of this species. After long work days, there's something special about settling into your own comfortable living space, where everything feels familiar and calming. This is the XL6 Pro by FlexiSpot, an oversized power lift recliner packed with comfort and functionality. With triple motors, you get independent control of the backrest, footrest, and headrest, so you can find your perfect position all the way down to a near flat 180-degree recline. Its stepless adjustments means you're not stuck with limited presets, just smooth, precise comfort tailored to you. The lift and recline function makes it easy to transition between sitting and standing, which is ideal for seniors or anyone with limited mobility. Add in all the massage and heat functions, and you've got an affordable chair that offers real relaxation and relief. When compared to the standard XL6 model, the XL6 Pro is an upgrade, offering spacious seating that supports up to 440 pounds, and even includes built-in cup holders for your favorite drink. Plus, there's a USB charging port, so your devices stay powered while you unwind. With a price point of approximately $700, this chair offers unbeatable value compared to similar models on the market that cost over $2,000. You can use my code XL6 Pro 50 for $50 off one or $100 off two. I also recently added this Lotus recliner to my space, and I love its more modern color and style that fits in with my vintage furniture. With a 64-inch seat width and 32-inch armrest span, it's perfect for sitting upright, sideways, or even with legs crossed, which is ideal for reading, relaxing, and watching TV. The swivel and rocking features feel like a warm embrace and is super calming after a long day. You can easily extend your legs and kick back, so it's also great for short naps. Check it out using the link below and use code LOTUS30 for $30 off, plus free shipping. And thanks again to FlexiSpot for supporting this channel. I'm working on a few big restoration stories for the channel, but this nightstand is more of a makeover than it is a restoration. Although not the norm for me, I have really been enjoying this. Taking on a furniture makeover project is still a great way to breathe new life into old pieces while saving money. It's also a creative outlet that lets you personalize your space and express your style. Upcycling also obviously reduces waste and the demand for new materials. Whether you're staining, painting, or personalizing your furniture with stickers, it's still satisfying to transform something worn into something beautiful. Once I've sanded most of this piece with the Surf Prep sander and 150 grit sandpaper, I'll slowly work my way up to 180 grit sandpaper and 220 grit sandpaper. I'll also use several hand sanding tools, including sanding sponges that will help reach the detailed areas. Since some of the original pulls were missing, it was an easy decision to try different hardware that I find to be more attractive, so I'll fill these holes with wood filler first thing in the morning. Hey, Mom, come here. For the final sanding before staining, I'll use this hand sanding block. It's one of my favorites because it has both a rigid side and a soft side. These are the pulls that I chose for this piece, and many of you probably would have done the same, since this is not really a true apothecary piece, but certainly an apothecary style. The fibers of softer wood like pine are porous and can look blotchy when stained, so I'll need to apply this pre-stain conditioner prior to staining. It only needs to set up for about 15 minutes before it's completely dry. I chose to try this rustic beige oil-based penetrating stain. This piece will be exposed to sunlight often, and although subtle, I wanted to add a little more color to hopefully keep this piece from turning orange or yellow in the future. That's why I'll also protect this with a water-based polyacrylic. When I wiped down the stain with a foam brush, I was concerned that this was going to be too gray, but I wiped it back immediately with shop rags, and I was pleased with the results. If you've seen any of my videos before, then you'll know that I'll always be the first one to admit when I don't like the finish choices for my furniture pieces, but I was pleased with this one, and it was close to what I had envisioned. But if thousands are watching this, we can all be certain that the furniture makeover and restoration opinions will always vary. And also, some will say this should be stained darker, while others will say it should never be stained at all. And I'm okay with all of those opinions. It was good to see you again, and I'll be back with a restoration story soon. But until then, you can find some exciting updates on my Facebook or Instagram. As always, you can find more information in the video description, and I'll link a restoration story at the end of this video. My name is Barry, and thanks for joining me. Goodbye for now.